Hello everybody, happy Easter. I hope you've had a wonderful, blessed, enjoyable day. Neighbors are having a get together back there, so I hope it doesn't get too loud. John and I, after we had our shot, we both, remember I thought I had allergies, but it ended up being a cold and a cough, and I gave it to him, so we'd kind of been under the weather for a week and a half, and we were both coughing, so we went to the ER and we were tested for COVID, and thank the Lord, the quick test and the one they sent off was negative, so praise the Lord for that. But it's taken us a while to get to feeling better. You know, every once in a while you'll still get a little cough, so I hope that doesn't happen while I'm trying to do this video out here today. But things are just coming out so fast, I wanted to show you all. Look at these leaves on this beautiful lion's mane Japanese maple. Just gorgeous. This is such a pretty tree, and we can see it when we're sitting on the deck and from the kitchen. You can see a lot of the maples, the leaves have really come out. Like I said, things are just popping out. The leaves on this tree, I know you probably can't see them for the glare, but they're so pretty. Over here, you can see the big leaf bleeding heart coming out. And look at this elderberry. It's got a bloom on it, but see how pretty the leaves are? This is the lemony lace elderberry. Some tulips are going to be blooming soon. And this little variegated leaf deutzia, actually I see one or two little tiny blooms on it. Will be its first time of blooming. Another tulip bloom. Some of the maples are really slow coming out, and some are super fast. The clematis is coming out. Some more tulips right there. This is the bed that I'm afraid we lost a lot of lilies. I see some coming out, but a big part of them rotted last spring. So I'm going to be doing some revamping of this bed. The rhododendron and the periwinkle, beautiful. The leaves just amaze me as they come out. They almost look like a pod on some of the maples. When I get everything cleaned up here, I'll do a tour of the summer room. I hear kids out playing this beautiful day. It has been a gorgeous Easter Sunday. Windflowers are still out. We had a lot of heavy rain the other day, but then it's been so windy that it dries things out pretty fast. The hostas over there in those pots have really come up since I did the last tour. Still not seeing but a few of them coming up in the ground yet. The nodes are just starting to pop. Japanese painted fern, just barely coming out. But look, it's really doing great in the laundry basket. I can't believe how much they've come up. Hostas are an amazing plant. And if you don't grow hostas, or maybe you're in an area where you can't, I just love them. And there's so many varieties. You can see those coming out, those coming out. And like I said back there, they're already almost leaves. And see how pretty the color is on that Japanese maple? Look at the bee there. John and I've already walked around the yard 2 or 3 times today because it's so nice to be able to get out. Because we had a couple nights that was in the 20s, so we had to bring a lot of, all the new plants I'd bought that I hadn't got around to planting because of getting sick. We had to bring those all in the garage. That's the flowering almond I showed you the other day. The prettiest pastel pink, very light in the center and just a tinge of a darker pink on the edge. Gorgeous plant. That clematis is growing like a weed. Look at here, this maple. This is another coral bark, like what's in the front yard. That glorious clematis. My favorite elderberry. I can see buds coming up. It's going to have a lot of blooms on it this year. More hostas coming up. I got in here the other day and got those weeds I showed y'all the last time I did a video through here. I couldn't believe how many had come up since I had weeded thoroughly. The hydrangeas all have leaves. The cold burnt this one here on the end. So I don't know whether we'll get any blooms or not. Most of them, it doesn't look like it hurt them a lot. I still have lots of planting to do. Ferns coming up. You can see the little pieces coming up. Lilies and hydrangea. Clematis. The new growth that comes out on the rhododendrons is so pretty because it's a very light green. One little bloom left. But this is a repeat bloomer, so it'll bloom again later. This will be blooming. I needed to cut this one all the way to ground and the one on the driveway side to get it under control, but birds nest in them every winter and I just hate to disturb their nest, so I didn't do it. Few blooms left on that, but there again, like I said, this thing blooms. They bloom 2 or 3 times at least a year. It doesn't look like my blooms, my buds on the Deutzias got hit, so I'm thankful for that. These 2 beautiful bleeding hearts. These things got huge last year. They like it right there. Leaves coming out on that maple. Rhododendron down there blooming. And this Pyrrhus was just loaded with blooms. Over in this bed, the fern leaf bleeding heart, some sedums, lots of columbines, and another beautiful lemony lace elderberry. This deutzia, the buds appear to be okay. John's grass is looking pretty good out front. I want to show you the new growth on these Pyrrhus. They're red, and it almost looks like a flower itself. And another one of them. They've done really well in these pots. The cold, you know, we had a lot of excessive cold and it hurt them a little bit, but they will bounce back. Let me see if I can go over here so you can see the fiddleheads coming up on these ostrich ferns. They wasn't there at all the last time I did a video. And look at these. They're everywhere. And hostas are coming up. Bleeding heart. And this maple here is absolutely the most gorgeous color. It has peachy tone leaves to an orange tone. Just magnificent. You can see the periwinkle blooming over there and the oak leaf hydrangeas, the Pyrrhus. And that beautiful maple. Its little leaves look pink when they come out. Okay, that is all for right now. Have a blessed rest of your Easter Sunday. Till the next time, thank you so much.